Solid waste management is indeed a matter of great concern which requires urgent action. It not only affects our life on land, but also life underwater and on air. Needless to say, it affects us on all levels. So unless we manage them, our waste will manage us. However, India already has a very strong culture of waste recycling and upcycling, from clothes to newspapers to bottles, packaging, and name it all. It is heartening to see that a completely new business ecosystem is evolving around this. The players are multi-stakeholder and plenty. The waste generators and the waste processors, of course, but most importantly, the government, who are the policy makers and can influence not only waste reduction, reuse, and recycling, but also nurture this ecosystem to thrive and grow. Today's session is very special in every way. We have with us none other than Sri Debashish Sen, who has not only impacted and implemented transformations and new age thinking and businesses through his progressive leadership approach and positions in the government, but also brought about a future forward mindset among his peers and at multi-stakeholder level. He is currently the chairman managing director, West Bengal HIDCO, that is developing New Town, Kolkata, and additional chief secretary to the government of West Bengal, India. He is also the chairman of Nabodiganto Industrial Township. In course of this session, we will capture a very successful project aided by West Bengal HIDCO under his able leadership. We will plug in Mr. Saket Mohta, MD of Merlin Group of Companies, a prominent real estate company in the city. And we also have Mr. Saurabh Mukherjee, a software engineer who left well-paying jobs to turn into a social entrepreneur. One of the projects that his organization, Kolkata Society for Cultural Heritage, is implementing with HIDCO is on the concept of solid waste management. This session will be moderated by none other than our very own Priyanka Mandal, a young entrepreneur who is a zero waster herself and has a company named Clan Earth. Just to mention, West Bengal Businesses Council, Wiki, includes members representing the academia like Dr. Tanuja Sharma from MDI, Dr. Shumana Ghosh from St. Xavier's, Jayati Talapatro from TERI, Dr. Meeta Tarafdar of CSIR National Metallurgical Laboratory. I myself have a training and research company named Sustainable Advancements based out of Kolkata. Social entrepreneurs like Priyanka Mandal from Clan Earth, Sujata Chatterjee from Troll Store, Pauline Laravare from Y East, Lata Bhatia from Kolkata Zero Waste, Sahana Bhomik from Ditto Social Welfare Association, implementers like Archita Bhattacharya, Sharbani Mukherjee, Purba Maiti, and facilitators like Priya Sengupta, who is also our vice president, Surekha Rautre, Nupur Ghosh, Anindita Mukherjee, Khushbu Mehta, all women linked with the common purpose of promoting sustainability, and an ecosystem guided by Wiki Eastern Region, whose president is none other than Mrs. Manjula Jain, whom I can see in the audience, and Vice President Mrs. Indu Gandhi. Thank you. Let us begin. Over to you, Priyanka.
Thank you so much, Nandi. I think that was an apt introduction for all of us here. Thank you for that. And I think I want to start with Mr. Sen. And Mr. Sen, we were in last week in a discussion on solid waste management. And someone said that, she'd been living, she was one of our panelists, and she'd been living in the southern part of the country for a long time. And she said that part of country has better organization or management or processes for solid waste management. And she's right now is living in Odisha. And she mentioned that this part of the country is a little behind. It's catching up. It's building all the systems. So I want to know from you about, say, one of the most recent, biggest projects or most innovative project that you've seen in the recent times on solid waste management. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Since there are so many experts around here, I just was listening to the very, very august audience. So I'm sure I can be very brief and others will quite understand what we are trying to do. I have jotted a few points, only 3 or 4 points. So there's nothing, a very long discourses of boring everybody. But definitely I will start with my latest intervention, our latest intervention that is trying to become quite a success, which is the concept of zero shop. We have created a zero shop. We have given it a brand. Think of Fab India. We have created brown paper bags with spirals showing that it's a zero waste thing and that it's recycling. And we are urging people to donate their clothes in one hand, and we are recycling from NKDA and disinfecting, tagging them, sorting them, mending them, and putting it out at a princely sum of 20 rupees to 50 rupees. We are saying, don't throw away your old jeans. You'll buy a torn jeans in any case. And that apart, even otherwise, fashions change, people discard, but the amount of dye, amount of bleaching, the amount of water, the amount of transportation, the amount of manpower, the amount of electricity that goes into the making of one dress is huge. And therefore, we have tried this alternative. We have two sections in the Zero shop in Newtown near Rotary 1. It's a physical shop. In one section, you can donate not only old clothes, but other recyclables, including e-waste. And on the other, you can buy this very well sorted, and we are saying, we are putting our neck on the line, guaranteed by NKDA, which is a government authority. And believe me, we had just put up a stall in one of our cycles for the street kind of a thing on 23rd to 26th. 23rd was Netaji's 125th anniversary, 26th was Republic Day. And we found out that 400 people had purchased these dresses. And I assure you, many of them were people like you and me and not people who drive our cars. So I am very, very enthused to see that, even middle class and upper middle class are buying into this idea of, I buy a recycled cloth, not because I cannot afford a new one, but because I care for sustainability. So since the topic is solid waste management, I would just like to say, whatever is happening in front of Grand Hotel, under Esplanade, Metro Station, it's all old clothes. They don't say so. We are openly saying these are recycled clothes and people are buying it. I think we are very happy with this experiment. And you know what? We have run out of stocks. And now we are pleading with people, please give your stocks. And people like, SN are saying that we are donating. Rotary Club, they are donating. And some of the things are hardly opened also. I mean, perhaps you have purchased something and you didn't like it later at home and it's still in a plastic original cover. So what a waste it would be to let it go. And we are very happy with this very, very unique intervention. And definitely in this forum also, I'll say, please visit our shop, buy it and donate your old clothes. Don't throw it away. The other thing that we are doing in a slightly different manner, and since it's a startup-oriented, entrepreneur-oriented kind of a discussion, I will also point out, and here our dear old Saurabh is involved, we have taken one market. There are 10 markets in NKDA in Newtown. We have taken one market. And we have resolved, let us find out what are the costs of making this one market plastic-free. I am going into plastic region because in solid waste management, as any practitioner would know, it's a huge problem. Your drain gets choked, your machinery gets choked, so on and so forth. And therefore, we have decided to make one of the 10 markets. Let us do a pilot project. And we have said that the shopkeepers will not be burdened. We will give them subsidy. NKD will give them subsidy so that they don't use plastic. They get an alternative material. Mind you, it's not cheap. As per the survey conducted by Saurabh's NGO, we have interested them. I'm sure he will say more. But just to make the lesson that it is going to cost us about 1 lakh of rupees in kind of subsidizing the plastic substitutes in one market. Now, is this sustainable? I mean, for one market, I can beg, borrow, and steal and get 12 lakhs for a year, for the 12 months of the year, but it's just not sustainable. So why we are doing this? And here comes the main thing. The main thing is that we are doing this in order to create a market. Why is the alternative to a plastic bag costing 50 rupees, 100 rupees? Because there is no mass production, there is no multiple production. Only one or few persons are producing. Why? Because others are thinking, who will buy? Now, if from this one market, if we keep on buying lakhs of products, then many people will come into the production market. And it is here that I look upon young entrepreneurs who may be present today, that you can get rich, because this is a universal problem. What happens in one market in NKDA is going to happen in all markets in all the 4,000 odd municipalities in India. So if you can aim for that scale, your money will, your cost of production will go down. And I think there's a wonderful opportunity of professionally, commercially, and profitably producing plastic alternatives. And indeed, talking of plastic alternatives, another very short thing. We have a person here in Newtown who makes heels of shoes out of recycled plastic. You know, the bottom portion of your shoe is often not of leather, but sometimes it is of a hard material, and that's recycled plastic. Sometimes, not always, sometimes. We approached him and we have got, and we have put in there paver blocks. You know, it's like brick on the pavements. And so we are putting this plastics over there. And this is being done by a commercial company, by a factory which used to produce this. So I would call upon startups, would you look at it this way? If you make such paver blocks which are acceptable to engineers, it has to withstand certain pressure. I mean, all of PWD, all of CMDA, all of CPWD, all of Indian Railways will start buying from you. So there's a huge market waiting for you. Only the quality, standardization, and the cost stabilization is what we need to look at. And initially, we need to help them out. Talking about another opportunity, composting. We all know that the dry waste is not going for recycling, but what about your kitchen waste? You don't like to eat your food, you're too full, you throw it away, and it has to be discarded, what we call the wet waste, food waste, the organic waste. Now, composting is very good. We have done it, but that is a problem. The problem is that when we went to the farmers, actually we went to the farmers and tried to sell this composting, they were absolutely reluctant. Please understand, they were absolutely reluctant. Why? Because they said, we are doing farming for n number of years using X compost. Why should I trust you? Suppose my plants die tomorrow, I will starve. So here is also a need for standardization going through established brands. We are trying to coerce or invite IIT Kharagpur. They have an agricultural division, BCKV, Vidhan Chandra Krishi Vikas Vishwavidyalaya in Kalyani. And we are trying to get our stuff standardized in the hope that the farmers will better believe us. I mean, just saying that it's a great stuff, why don't you try, is not going to convince many farmers. So there is another kind of a thing that you can get rich by using this composted material collected from households. But you need to do something else also. A systematic brand building and establishing confidence among the minds of those who will use it. Perhaps my last point on solid waste management is what I will end at. I will come and see if there are any other points. But we are trying to do also a kind of bin optimization using artificial intelligence. What is that? You know, we often say, I think of the Amir Khan movie that you throw away the banana peel on the road and somebody slips in onto it. So let us put bins on the roadsides. We have put on one stretch very prominently. But what is happening, some of them are not getting used at all and some are getting overused and it's overflowing. So what we are doing is that some kind of a sensing of these smart bins, so that whenever in these very erratic things, it's not from your domestic collection. There you have to collect in the morning, every house, 365 days a year. But for these roadside things, we need certain technology, and there is also a market because it is not stabilized. When I want to buy a sensor, it does not work in the grime, in the blood of the fish that is there in the road bin. You have to understand the nature of the bin, nature of the waste that comes. You need very, very hardy sensors that will work in Indian conditions. And there is a market to it. I think I'll stop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sen. I think you incorporated a lot of points, and I think you focused a lot on the power of individuals, where the mindset is changing, and the power of entrepreneurs to find different solutions, to find innovative solutions, and to take that to as many people as we can. Here, you also mentioned about Saurav, so I'd like Saurav to speak and tell us a little bit about, the shop that you put, the survey that you could conduct. Just tell us, what were your insights, what was your intention, like what inspired you to start with it, what you found during the survey, and what is your suggestion in the space of solid waste management?
You see, like we have surveyed like one community and one market actually. So after doing the survey, we come to know like there are different sort of things that they are going to be introduced, like whatever, like we can also introduce that, or they also can introduce the same. So yes, so 3 different typologies of plastics that we have already segregated from the market. The number 1 is like completely like low quality plastic, like transparent single use plastic, and another one is like 51 micron, and number 3 is plastic containers. So to remove all these, like we have introduced paper bags, and we have also introduced old clay pots. Like previously we used to get all these things from the market actually. So now we are going to reintroduce the same. So with the same cost, like they are paying now because NKD is giving the subsidy. So this is the whole idea about the project. So yes, this is what the alternative that we are suggesting, and also like for the fish and meat shops, we are going to introduce shal pata, like previously like we are using those. So shal pata and with jute ropes, like we are using those things. So yeah, we are going to introduce all these things to replace the current plastic waste actually. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about the area that you work in and how many people are you impacting at the moment?
Okay. So initially we have started this project from 2015. So after mobilizing like 15 self-help group members, so we have done the capacity building, we have trained them in different skill sets so that they can create some utility products out of those waste. So after giving them the proper training and all, so they are going to produce, like after a few months they started producing quality products. So yes, we are in a great problem then, like where we could showcase those products and like what kind of shops that we need for that, because there are so many problems whenever you want to sell those things. But the the main ice breaks when like NKDA only approached us for a marketplace at Eco Park gate number 4. So it is like 9th May 2019. So that was the first market exposure for us. And after that, we get contract from New Jersey, we get contract from New York, and also we have one contract from UK as well. So so they are taking products from us, from our self-help groups. Now we are impacting around 3,687 self-help group members under this project. Yeah.
That's incredible. That's a really success story. I think you said that initially you were facing problems.
Yeah. Because market is the only issue. Whenever you are creating something new, then market is the only issue.
Absolutely. No, like Dr. Mitra has been telling me, I started last year, and I completely agree with you that the initial barrier of, letting people know that you're
Yeah,
doing this
true.
work is the most important thing. So I'm very glad that, NKDA could give you that window of opportunity from which you are now taking your message to just not, I think, pan India, but across the country as well.
Yes.
That is incredible word. I'll come back to you, Saurabh. I'd like to talk to Saket and ask him that, Saket, you're the MD of such a large group of companies, especially in the real estate space, which can have a very large negative impact or a very positive impact in terms of both sustainability and in the context of today's discussion in the waste management space. Tell me a little bit about the relationship of a large group of company with waste, and in 2021, what do you do about, I mean, how much do you care about it? What do you do about it? I want to know about the vision and the focus you have on it.
Good evening to all the dignitaries present. Yes, you're right. Being involved in the construction sector, we do give a large impact on waste and waste creation. And definitely we can do things which we can efficiently manage the waste and reduce the waste and reduce our carbon footprint. So we have been taking some initiatives towards that. So in all our complexes, in all our projects, we have installed garbage composters and compactors to take care of the garbage, that is physical kitchen waste and the other waste which is being generated in the complex, so that it can be converted into manure and it can be further processed and put to better use. Also, we have started before the lockdown, before the COVID crisis, we had started a waste segregation project in which this was basically done with Saurabh, and a lot of credit goes to Saurabh for getting me involved in this project. And this was done by my CSR arm called IAM Kolkata, which I founded in 2019. Under this arm, we have collaborated with the Kolkata Society for Cultural Heritage and undertook a project on solid waste management and recycling. The project is called Abartani. We have got permission from the UN to use SDG logos as IAM Kolkata and Kolkata Society for Cultural Heritage, address 4 sustainable development goals adopted by the UN in this project. Goal number 1 is no poverty, gender equality, sustainable cities and communities, and partnership to achieve the goal. Under this project, we are working with residents of AA block in Newtown, involving 50 self-help group women who collect solid waste like newspaper, bottles, clothes, etc. They have been trained to create this recyclable products like tables, pen stands, files, and other products. We have displayed those at the Waste Museum at Newtown. We are planning to involve architectural students to design innovative, usable products through workshops as well. Due to pandemic, our work progress has been slow and we have resumed again. And we are planning to replicate the same in other housing societies and in other municipalities and other corporations, especially Calcutta Municipal Corporation, since we have many projects there. We can use one of our developed projects to do this waste segregation, recycling, upcycling project as well over there. So yeah, and I really appreciate what Mr. Sen also pointed out in his discourse about the Zero Shop, and I would love to visit the Zero Shop and check out few items for myself as well if there is something that I would like, maybe a pair of jeans. And also the example that he's setting by making one market at least plastic free in NKDA, and it's going to set an example for the others to follow suit. Much kudos to that, Mr. Sen, and also Saurabh, if you're involved as well. Thank you.
I would certainly be very happy whenever and where it is convenient for Mr. Mohta to visit. We love filming people, celebrities, when they visit. Mr. Arindam Sheel had visited.
So please.
Mr. Arindam Sheel had visited. We took a click with his permission and used it, that even celebrities are buying clothes from our shop. So Saket is.
So you're being very kind. By no means am I a celebrity. I'm just an entrepreneur, and I would love to visit with my friends and my family, and love to do some shopping there, sir.
I definitely visit and take some pictures, because I think that just encourages more youngsters to do that. It repeats the behavior. Mr. Sen, I want to ask you something. So I've been somebody who's been composting at home, and I haven't shopped for anything in the last 2 years. So I've not generated waste in that form. So personally, I am generating very little waste, as less as 200 grams this year in 2020. But when I want to extend the same thing to others, say my neighbors, it's very difficult for them because they're not as passionate as I am. I got looped in the whole cause for sustainability and, just having a very positive impact on the planet, but not everybody can have the same passion or the same time. So I've been thinking about municipal composting because that is something a lot of other countries also have. In fact, a lot of other states in India also have. Help me with, if I live in an area near the airport or Rajarhat, how can I work and who can I work with to set up a municipal composting in my area? Help me with that.
Well, we are finally concluding. Yeah, I have told you our tearful story of making composting, packing them in bags, delivering them with their own trucks, arguing with farmers, and it wouldn't sell. They wouldn't even try. So therefore, right now, as I speak, we are doing what is called is biomethanation. It's a very nice thing, not a very messy thing. It's still going on. Within 15 days, our first unit of 20 kilowatt energy will be produced. You all put it in a way of saying, put all the wet waste that are usually made into composting into huge, it looks like, this oil carrying trains. They have a barrel kind of a thing on the trains. It looks like that. You put it in and there is an entirely automated process which digests, so to say, the organic waste and gives out methane. It's not working as well as yet, so I can't say much. Kolkata Municipal Corporation has something in Dhapa. One needs to see. A very, very large, ambitious project has been also drawn up by the Kolkata Municipal Corporation. But I think composting in large scale, your basic question, in Kolkata and places like this is slightly difficult because the smell will disturb your neighbors, because the flies and insects will disturb your neighbors, and it's very difficult to get an open ground to do vermiculture. So in small scale, inside the terrace, in the veranda is okay, but in a large scale, it's perhaps better to go in for compressed things like biomethanation, but I could be challenged. I mean, somebody can come up with a better solution. My only point is you don't have the space to do composting in busy cities like Kolkata.
So in that case, Mr. Sen, what is the best way to manage wet waste in each home? Because every home has that.
I am telling, if you want to join us, we'll be most happy, is to create awareness first. First, you have to divide the waste, dry and wet waste. It is so difficult to convince people, and change of habit is a difficult problem. And the wet waste should be immediately transported into digesters, huge digesters, each costing several crores of rupees, depending on the size, of course, and which the municipal bodies are now doing it. Kolkata Municipal Corporation has done it. NKDA in Newtown is doing it, and I'm sure others will also do it. So get the waste, because the organic waste has methane properties. So it will produce gas, and that gas can be used to drive a generator. I think that is the best way. How much can you give to fertilizer? And even then, there will be a bit of sludge that will have to be considered.
Yeah. That definitely sounds like a solution. So I think last week only I've seen a lot of green and blue buckets being distributed around Kolkata. And I hope that sort of starts the conversation around segregating waste in each home. And I hope the person who comes to take the waste also keeps that segregated, and we can achieve what you were speaking about. So thank you. I think Priya Sen Gupta, she wants to ask a question. She's the Vice President of WIKI. Please, Priya, go ahead and ask your question.
Mr. Sen, this question is to you. Good afternoon. And so sustainability, as you mentioned, is a mindset. So what do you think is the ideal age or time of life when this concept should be introduced to a person? What's the most effective phase of life or age?
From absolutely childhood. I think students with their EVS, environmental science, they are already inducted into it. But what's happening is that it is not getting internalized. My feeling is that everybody knows what sustainability means, what is UN development goals, and if they have to write an essay, they would happily do that because it's all in their heads. But is it internalized? I think the best way to induct is at a young age. There can be no two opinions on that. And the way to interest them would be to take them into museums, into exhibits, into places into small projects which can be easily replicated. And when they see that the tea leaves that his or her mother throws out every day can be put into a tub and a nice leaf comes out of that, it's an absolute delight for young children. So I think without any doubt, the sooner the better in life that you tell them that we have to leave our planet in a green manner.
Thank you, Mr. Sen. Thank you.
Hi, Priyanka.
Please.
Yeah, Mr. Sen, I would like to ask you a question. Could we from WIKI, we are also into, some of us are into solid waste management. WIKI, could we from WIKI, could we collaborate with you and start an awareness program amongst the residents of Newtown so that more individuals can compost at home, which is a very, very simple process, because I have been composting for the last 7 years in my house without creating any mess or odor.
Most certainly, ma'am, you are very welcome to come and join our war against against not doing segregation, of doing sustainable, adopting sustainable practices. I must, however, say my practical experience. When we go, even when I go, when I go, people say, Chairman sir, us saying, better there be some people, but it's so difficult to fill the chairs, I can tell you. If you do it in the morning, an awareness program, madam, if you do it in the morning, they say, oh, this is busy time, cooking time, schooling time, office going time, we can't come. You do it in the afternoon, oh, this is nap time, after such a hard day, we need to sleep. I'm talking about the ladies, not all, generalizing. And in the afternoon, evening time, oh, this is serial time, TV serial. How can I spend time to learn about composting? So therefore, we made this shop at the museum that we are talking about, and we are inviting you all. I said, you decide the time. Whenever you are free, just walk in. Monday we are closed, except for Monday, any day you just walk in, and there will be somebody there to take you through the processes and the necessities of this. So my short answer to you is, you are most welcome to join us, and I will find you a slot in our solid waste museum where you can take part in the awareness proceedings.
Mr. Sen, I think one of the last questions around what Latadi also said is, we have right now in Kolkata quite a few entrepreneurs who are coming up, who are working in the space. So like I know a member of WIKI Council itself, she has a company called Twirl Store where she upcycles old clothes to make a variety of things. And I also started my company last year, which is called Clan Earth, where we make completely plastic-free, completely cruelty-free carry accessories like bags, backpacks, and stuff. So like Saurav was mentioning, that new entrepreneurs need that gateway where they can reach out to the audiences. Like even for Clanath, I could say, Clanath is now becoming a name in the areas of Mumbai and Hyderabad, and Bangalore, but not so much in Kolkata. So I want to ask you, entrepreneurs like me and entrepreneurs like Sujata and others who are working in the sustainable space, what kind of community ecosystem can we grow with? What do you think we should do to take our message to more people?
Yes, of course, unity is strength, and the more people coming together, it's better for the movement. There's no question on that. Number one. Number two, so we must all come together and decide on certain basic things. Believe me, and Saurav will bear me out, plastic alternative bags, I have contacted with 3 NGOs recognized by the West Bengal Pollution Control Board. And one is charging 20 rupees, one is charging 50 rupees, one is charging 150 rupees. Of course, everybody will say my quality is better than other and all those things. But there needs to be standardization. There needs to be a kind of quality monitoring. And this needs bigger interventions and a slightly neutral body. If we can create this hallmark for gold. So this is a hallmark, that means it's pure gold. So it's pure recycled and it's up to a certain standard so that I am happy wearing it. Like my example that I gave, I am saying it's guaranteed by NKDA. So you need that thing. And of course, market forces, you need volumes for people to take interest. Somebody produces 1 mobile cover a day, somebody produces 3 bags a day. And how will you reach the market? Which wholesaler will take it? So we need lots of entrepreneurs to come together, get common design and market it together. Then you get force and visibility. E-marketing is quite easy. You take photo, put it on the website, try and get Amazon and Flipkart interested. And I'm sure but they'll also ask if you have got only 2 bags to sell, they won't be interested. You have to have a minimum thing. So networking is extremely important in my opinion. And if this can be done and a bit of quality control and marketing and branding for quality, there's no reason why a huge market will not emanate. I know people, my last statement, who buys a watch looking like 2,000 rupees at 10,000 rupees because somewhere it is written powered by solar energy. I want to save energy, I'm making a statement. So this is what we must catch on to. People have money. They want to do something in their lives. We have to appeal to this good sense of people. And I'm sure the sustainability ecosystem can rise up to it.
Yeah, certainly. I think newer entrepreneurs are coming up and that's exactly what they want to do. So yeah, Mr. Sen, I think that was it from my side. Thank you for all the advice. I think your main message was that, we need new solutions. We need more people working in the space and we need to change the mindset of people. And that in a way is like cutting waste in the beginning rather than trying to manage waste at the end, which is the ideal solution. If not so much waste, we don't have to manage it with so much effort. So yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you, Mr. Sen. I think I'll give it to Dr. Mitra now. If she'd like to ask some questions or if any of the people have other questions, we can take a few and then we can end the session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Priyanka. Mr. Sen, thank you so much. This was so invigorating on one side, yes. On the other side, from WICCI, West Bengal Sustainable Businesses Council, we would definitely like to collaborate and to put all our support into the kind of crusade that you are doing. And you've done so much already. Here, as we said, we have an eclectic mix of academics, entrepreneurs, implementers, as well as facilitators. Also have a network which can really change and transform quite a bit. And we also have, a lot of connections with quite a number of educational institutions, because again, as in advertising, when we have to start with the young. At some point, the youth has to pull and push and make it happen. It's not the parents and the mothers who are cooking or who are watching serial, but it's the kids who can make a real difference, or the youth who can make a difference. The world is theirs. It will keep the world for them. So, that's something which we have also kind of thought about in accessing the schools and the colleges and catch them young and let them grow with a sustainability mindset. We would definitely need your advice, your support on that, as well as you already have set an example. We will also, we can plan for, they're visiting your shop as well. And I think it was a fantastic session because on one side, we have Saket, who is, the classical waste generator, but again, he kind of also has made, through IIM Kolkata, the way he has transformed the thoughts and he's trying to minimize waste. On the other hand, of course, Saurabh, who is a processor, waste processor, where he has made wealth from waste. And Mr. Sen, of course, you have been, the guiding force behind all of this. Not only have you started with awareness, but have projects which has been implemented and are success stories. And I think another thing which we never mentioned here is, Mr. Sen, you are at a place where you are not only dealing with household waste, but a lot of institutional waste. Because, and that's something where your contribution has been tremendous, because on household waste, we can, it's minuscule. But when you are talking about institutional, imagine the kind of challenge you must have faced, the kind of intensity of your work into transforming them and creating this ecosystem. Maybe, someday we would really, really like to hear how you did that, this to influence them to minimize their waste.
Expecting any response now?
If you have, that would be wonderful.
A simple trick, especially in my sector 5,
yes,
that I rank people out. So I give him the best green prize, whoever has managed his waste very well. And everybody is fighting against each other.
Excellent. So competition, competition for waste reduction, competition for waste management. Wow. Okay. So I think, Priyanka, you once asked that, what works, whether it's you should reward them or you to reprimand them. So you've got one answer from Mr. Sen, which has actually worked, I'm sure we'll have more instances where we can learn more from you. We'll end this session with due thanks to all of you. And what we will do is we will upload this video on our YouTube channel, where we already have quite a number of videos on solid waste management as well. We've got an episode 1 of that. We have on circular economy and telemedicine and many other very, very important topics, so the awareness generation we have already started. Thank you so much.